shit, and I need to adjust this now. I mean, y'all want to see some titties? I got you. I got titties for days. Welcome back to my channel. I just did the Takis and sour cream and jalapeno fuck with my friends. If you want to watch that video, it'll be linked below. But this video is a story time, and it's a story time about how I threw a chair at this girl's head. So 8th grade, first of all, I was new to the school because I had to switch schools. Didn't want to, but I had to because it's the school zone thing and they changed it or whatever. So I go to this new school. I don't know anybody. I'm in this class and I'm kind of nervous. Don't mind me, I'm just fixing my wig. So of course I'm nervous because I don't know anybody. So it's just like, who am I supposed to talk to? But surprisingly, it was some decent people in my class. So I want to say we about a month and a half, or 2 months into school, and then this new girl comes to the school and she's in my class. Now I'm gonna call her Brains because she was very smart, and so I liked how she would have like different colors in her hair, and she had her own unique style, and like that's literally me because I'm the same way, of course, but different, but the same way with the colored hair and all that, and with the own unique style. So I was like, okay, I could be her friend. So in class, which was math class, that was my first class every morning, I was the first one to talk to her on like her first day or her second day or something like that. Cause I thought to myself, nobody's talking to her, so I'll talk to her. You know, so I talked to her and I became her first friend. Now in the beginning we were best friends. Like I said, I talked to her first, so we talked and whatnot and we became best friends. Now as the days go by, of course she met other people. And when she met other people, I kind of felt like, okay, you kind of drifting away from me, the first person that spoke to you when nobody else would speak to you, when nobody else was talking to you. So I was just like, I mean, okay. I didn't want to come to the school anyway. So then it's like, so of course she got to know people and she got her own little friend group, okay? Which is totally fine. I wasn't mad about it, but it's just like, don't expect me to hang out with those people if I'm not feeling their vibe. I'm not going to pretend to be somebody's friend. If I don't feel their vibe, if I don't vibe with them, if I don't like them for any reason, I will not fake it. I will not put on a smile, none of that. I'm going to be real with you. If I don't like you, I don't like you. You're going to know it too. So it was this one girl. The fuck was that? No, so one day we went to lunch, and originally we had tables that our class was assigned tables in lunch. It was so dramatic. And then so one day, I guess, I don't know, in the beginning we could sit anywhere before they assigned us tables. So before they assigned us tables, she sat with the group of kids that she became friends with, and this girl, what can I call her? I'm gonna call her Oink, because she kind of did have like a nose like a pig. I can't, you know, like a pig type nose. So I'm gonna just call her Oink. So she introduced me when I sat at the lunch table with her. She was like, please sit with me. She was like, sit with me, please. I thought we were cool. I was like, we are cool. Don't try to use that against me. Like, I can't stand when people use that stuff against me. So I sat with her, and then she introduced me to Oink. And Oink, I've never spoken to her. I don't even think I've ever seen her before then, you know, like, so we were all cool, and I was like, oh hey, you know, I'm Candace, and da 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 da. We got our introductions out the way, and you know, after we got our introductions out the way, I felt like she had this, not attitude, but it's just her body language changed, her facial expression changed. I'm like, girl, you just met me, like, what's your deal? Don't hate. Like, so then the next day I came to school, she started bullying me. But before, you didn't know me, you didn't bully me. But when when Brains introduced me to you, introduced us to each other, you want to start bullying me. Okay, so I just thought it was just like a little phase that she would get over. and that eventually she would stop, because I know me, I have anger issues and I know how mad I can get, and I'm not trying to do all that. So I tried to keep my cool, okay? So then days go by, she would bully me. She would snatch stuff out my hand. She would push me, call me ugly, be like, don't nobody want to talk to you. Why are you here? Stuff like that, typical stuff. Trying to get under my skin. Okay, it didn't work. And then one day I would go home and be like, you know, we weren't even friends in the beginning, you know? And then Brains introduced me to you, introduced us to each other, and then you all of a sudden you want to bully me? Like, girl, what is that about? The second day, the day after we got introduced to each other, you want to bully me? Like, really, what is that about? I still don't know to this day, and I don't really care to know, because I didn't do anything. I know I didn't do anything on my part. So we're gonna skip ahead, and of course she kept bullying me, and it happened for, I want to say, about 3 months, right? Probably 2 or 3 months, 2.5 months, something like that. So one day, okay, my last class of the day was science. Physical science, something like that. It was science. So my last class of the day was science. So in science class, we had assigned seats, right? And of course, it's science class. So if you know how a science class look, you can Google it, look at pictures. You know how a science class look, and they have the stools, right? So we had assigned seats, and everybody had to sit in their assigned seat every day. It was no exceptions. So I went to my locker during class change, got everything that I needed, got my backpack, my book, all that. And I go to class early. I was probably like, what, the second or third person in class. I sit in my seat, and I get my science notebook out, getting ready to do my bell ringer. We had bell ringer. So I was getting ready to do my bell ringer. And so as I'm starting my bell ringer, all I hear is, you in my seat. You need to get up, because you in my seat. Did nobody tell you to take my seat? And so I'm just sitting there, and I looked up like, that must be in another classroom. So then I continue to write. And then I hear it again. You need to get out my seat. Nobody told you to take my seat. And then all of a sudden, the stool that I'm sitting on was snatched right from under me while I'm sitting down. When I tell you, that made me so hot. That, like, who does that? Why would you snatch a chair right from under me? But I caught myself mid-fall, so I didn't fall. I caught myself. Sorry if I keep, like, I'm trying to have posture in this video. I'm not trying to be slumped, you know, but it's hard because I'm not sitting against anything. So yeah, I caught myself mid-fall, and it's like, why would you try to sit here, and why would you snatch the stool from under me? And how am I in your seat when we have assigned seats? So that part I never understood. And so when she snatched that seat from under me, I got so upset, because it's like, you're trying to embarrass me in front of the whole class. Like, girl, you knew nothing. You didn't know of me until Brains introduced us to each other. Now you're trying to bully me? Like, what is all that about? Like, your days of bullying me is over. Like, that day was her last day. So if you hear people, that's my friends talking. So then she snatched the stool from under me. I caught myself mid-fall, and as I caught myself mid-fall, I grabbed onto the stool. So she had one end of the stool, I had the other end of the stool, and we just tugging back and forth for it. And of course, I'm sitting here like, I'm not trying to be childish, but it's like, you snatched it from under me. Girl, you're not finna win today. You're not finna win this time. I'm not finna give you that satisfaction of bullying me today. You're gonna go home and think about what you did. So when she snatched it from me, she was like, you in my seat. You need to give me my seat. Didn't nobody tell you to take my seat? I'm like, how am I in your seat? We got assigned seats. What is wrong with you? And I was like, I'm so tired of you bullying me. Like, you, at first you didn't even know me. Now you want to bully me? Like, what is all that about? You don't know one thing about me. Like, do you even remember my name? So then she kept still at it, not even listening to what I'm saying, just still trying to snatch the seat. So I was like, okay. I was like, you want the seat? You want the seat? If you want the seat that bad, here, take the seat. And of course, she was standing up against a wall, okay? Where she was standing, the wall was right behind her. So I was like, you want the seat that bad? You want the seat that bad? So I threw it. I snatched the stool out of her hand completely, because remember I told you we were tugging over it. I snatched the stool out of her hand completely, and I threw it at her head. And when I threw it at her head, I didn't think twice about it. I didn't feel bad about it. It just happened. You know, like, you made me mad. Like, it's out of my hands. It's out of my control. I can't do nothing about it. So Yeah, I threw it at her head, and all she was like this. I'm gonna reenact it. I'm gonna reenact her reaction. So I was like, you want the seat that bad? Here, take it. So I threw it at her head, and all she just.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
That was her. Distraught. Fascinated. Because I guess she thought I wasn't gonna do anything. Yeah, girl, you thought wrong. That day was not the day. Like I told you. And they be like, tell a principal, tell a teacher. What they gonna do? What are they gonna do that's gonna stop the bullying? Nothing. So after I threw the chair at her and she was, everybody in the class was like, oh, she threw the chair at her head. Joke's on you. You trying to sit here and snatch the seat from under me and try to embarrass me in front of the class, and you turned around and embarrassed yourself. Because instead of coming into class and doing your bell ringer, like I did, minding my business, and then you want to come and mess with me, you trying to embarrass me, you messed around and embarrassed yourself. Joke's on you. Don't mind my eyebrows. One is always higher than the other. I can't really do anything about it. You know what I'm saying? I tried to make it even. I feel like I put too much on the top. If that bothers you through this video, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do to fix it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And then the teacher came in the classroom. What's going on in here? What's going on? Who needs to go to the office? Who needs to be written up? And she pointed at me. Do you need to go to the office? I was like, no, ma'am, I'm good. I'm sitting here doing my bell ringer. And then so, go back to Oink. After I threw the chair at her, she tried to, I think she didn't want it no more. I was like, nah, take it. After I throw it at your head, you don't want it no more? Take the chair. That's what you snatched it from under me for, right? Take the chair. And I politely went and got me another stool, sat down, and finished my bell ringer. Right. After that, she didn't talk during class. I didn't hear not one peep. I didn't hear her answer no questions. I didn't hear her ask no questions. She didn't say nothing during the whole class. And that was the last class of the day. If you remember me telling you, that was the last class of the day. So of course after that class, 3:55, we going home. So we went home that day, and then I came home and I told my I have a twin sister. I told my twin sister about what happened, and I was like, yeah, cause she tried to bully me, and you know she keep trying to bully me and just bother me, and I'm not for bullying. I don't like bullying. So it's just like, so yeah. And then after that, so I went to school the next day expecting her to bully me some more because, like I said, she did it every day. Yes! But I'm sorry. That's Brianna. But after I threw the chair at her head, she didn't bully me no more. You know, she didn't bully me. She didn't look my way. She didn't talk to me. None of that. And then of course after that, I kind of stopped talking to. No, not even after that. After I realized she started to bully me after Brains introduced us to each other. I stopped hanging with Brains. Because it's like, why would you introduce me to her if you know how she is? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm not the type of person you hang out with, then just don't hang out with me. But don't sit here and try to bring me in the group, try to change me and make me cool, and then let your friend bully me. That's not going to work. And it didn't work. So, and then we're going to fast forward to later in the school year. We had music class together, special arts. We had music class together. Brains, I think, and Oink was in, and they argued a lot through the school year, but whatever. So, and then one day we were in music class and we were talking about things. We were sitting in a circle and we were having a class discussion. I don't really know what it was about, but I remember her saying this. I don't try to bully people. I just bully people because I'm having a hard time at home. I understand that, but what's going on at home has nothing to do with school. It's not happening at school. It has nothing to do with me. Girl, I don't even know you. So it's like, why are you sitting here trying to bully me because of what's going on in your household? You know what I'm saying? Keep that in your household. So don't take it out on me.
I'm looking for my tampon.
People's logic. So then, yeah, after that, and then also we're gonna fast forward to high school because we all went to the same high school all 4 years, and I would see her in the hallway. Of course, she wouldn't look at me or anything like that. But then we go fast forward to senior year. I had this class called leadership. So I would go to leadership. During leadership, we would go to lunch. And then once we got from lunch, we would go back to leadership. So we always had a little bit of time between leaving lunch and going back to class. So what I would do is I had to wear retainers because I had braces. Before we would go to lunch, I would take my retainers out, put them in this case, and put it in my backpack so I wouldn't lose it. And then I would go to lunch, eat lunch, and then after lunch, I would go to the bathroom, check my teeth, make sure nothing's in my teeth. I would wipe my mouth if I needed to, put my lip gloss back on, wash my hands, and also blot my face because I wore makeup. And that it was like the middle of the day when I would come back from lunch. So during the middle of the day, every day, I would blot my face just because I have oily skin. If you can't tell from this video, it didn't feel too oily right now, but I have oily skin. So yeah. So I would do that, and one day when I came from lunch, I went to the bathroom, and I checked my teeth, and I washed my hands, and I blotted my face, all that. And then I turn around, and there she is, oink, getting some paper towel to dry her hands. And so I looked at her, and she looked at me, and like, I mugged her. I have a natural mug, and people be like, you're mugging, like, It's 2020. If you don't know what a resting bitch face is by now, then you need to catch up. So, yeah, I looked at her and I was just like, and I know she could just see it in her head, like, oh, she threw that chair at me. So, yeah, and then she kind of like looked away. I just walked out the bathroom and went back to class. Yep. Moral of the story, stop bullying. Because the quiet ones are the crazy ones. The nice ones are the crazy ones. You never know. But anyways, that is the end of this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The other video that I did with my friends, the jalapeno and taki sour cream video, TikTok foods, whatever the fuck.
Trying TikTok food?
Yes, trying TikTok food. That video, part 1, that video will be in the description box below if you want to check that out. So, yeah, please do that, and I hope to see you in my next video.